Exploits, the only podcast where comedians brave the horrors of a fantastic necropolis and a corporate reality. We have with us today a very special guest, the magnificent Myriam Sonanini, a Swiss Comedy Award nominee and generally excellent human. As always, we have our Dungeon Master Joshua Sussman with us. We have the powerhouse Paulina Patare playing Ursula, the owlbear mine worker, who's a bit out of work right now. We have Daniel playing Gamel Alf, the dwarf who espoused socialist theory and consumes a lot of a drug code smoked and hallucinates a lot, who went from war prisoner to out of this stream for some reason. Let's hope he rejoins.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
War prisoner to, protege, if you will, of Ursula and my character. I am your host.
I'm a fucking slave. Let's say it like that.
Louis a dragon person and HR intern at Necrocorp, the conglomerate of companies that pretty much run the necropolis. Joshua, handing over to you for perhaps a quick recap of where we stand right now, what happened last time.
So, when we last left our heroes, they were in search of a little bit of cash, a little bit of money, and so they attempted to fight in the Colosseum, where they met up with a certain Corn Dog, the son of a fallen party member. Rest in peace, Corn Dog. He might get better. Who knows? We'll see. Probably not. So when the party ended up exposing Corn Dog's... Feels bad. The party ended up exposing Corn Dog's little scheme he had, disguising himself as multiple different fighters in order to get the most money from the Colosseum gig that he was a part of. And with that, the whole party was kind of taken away and questioned about what exactly was happening. And so now we rejoin our heroes. They have just been told that they are invited to the illustrious shadow box seats where some of the executives wish to speak with them. And so, as Corn Dog is led away by the guards, perhaps never to be seen again, Chester James AWOL, their party's main point of contact, clears his throat. Ahem. As I was saying, some of our esteemed guests in the shadow box seats would very much like to speak with you, and I think that speaking with them would certainly help in repairing today's embarrassment. He gestures the party to follow him, up the stairs, and I assume you follow.
Well, yeah, we follow, obviously.
Follow.
I actually have nothing better to do, so yeah.
Wait, you're not part of the scene yet, Myriam.
Okay, I watch
You follow us.
so, yeah. Just tell me when I'm there.
Joshua will do
So,
it.
the party, naturally, in case you forgot, has their gear returned to them, and
great.
they are led. Yeah, wonderful.
My trusty
And they're
hero.
led up a series of twisting corridors and down a hallway until they reach a dark oak door inlaid with a golden trim. Chester straightens his bow tie, fixes his posture, make sure he looks all nice and clean, and opens the door. You see a spacious suite decorated in a rather grandiose style, with rich tapestries dotting the walls. The windows are adorned with plush velvet curtains, and ornate furniture sits spread throughout the room. There's a banquet table on the right side with an elaborate spread of drinks and food, including, but not limited to, a roast suckling pig. And there appear to be some attendants there who are at the beck and call of the executives and many other wealthy folk who appear to be filling the room. You notice one executive, for example, calls for something and an attendant hurries off, presumably to obtain it. And on the other side, there's a large fireplace crackling, providing a cozy ambience. In the center, there's a massive round table made of polished marble, encircled by expensive-looking leather chairs, and there's a dozen or so finely dressed individuals spread throughout the room, mostly chatting amongst themselves or watching the Coliseum games down below. It would appear they have resumed despite the unusual opening. Okay. And so as the party enters the room, two individuals in particular take notice of them and approach. There is a gaunt-looking fellow with sunken cheeks and exquisite robes, and he is joined by a human of all people, in rather ornate white and gold armor, and the gaunt-looking man says, "Oh, that was quite a show you put on," and some of you might recognize him as a lich, and he introduces himself as, "Hello, my name is Timitis, at your service."
Tim, what?
Timitis. Maybe if you're familiar with some of Necrocorp's various companies, I happen to be an executive, a rather important figure for Soundstone. You know, we produce a lot of some of your favorite audio classics. But who are you? That was quite the show you put on.
Mr. Timitis? That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just Tim.
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Timitis. What
Please,
the fuck is this
call
shit,
me Tim.
sir? What the fuck is this shit? There's people hurting each other. They have no kind of health insurance, no kind of recompensation in case of loss of limbs or life. There's one person even like working 3 jobs, you know, because supposedly he cannot survive on one fucking job. So, and all of that is just to like build up your fucking
let me
filthy
stop.
business? You run a slave fighting ring. That's what you do.
Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. I am in complete agreement. I think it's terrible. I don't know how they let this man
What the fuck?
pose as 3 different people. It's a blatant violation of the rules and the sanctity of the Coliseum games. I don't understand. It's, you know, really just a shame. It's a shame. Don't worry, we won't let any others like him back. It's a
It's
completely
not a
consensual
shame, it's a
sport
tragedy,
that has
sir.
a long tradition.
While
It is
this,
a tragedy.
while this
sir.
discussion is going on, I'm just gonna surreptitiously go over to my lovely My Siren 7 and be like, "Hey, My Siren 7,
Hi.
what's Soundstone?"
Soundstone. Oh, are you wondering what Soundstone is?
Yes, I am.
Soundstone is the leading premier audio firm for Necrocorp and the Necropolis as a whole. It provides a whole host of radio plays, sorts, or airplays and stories, and there's even some classic bardic tales. They are the premier source for audio entertainment across the entirety of Necropolis and beyond.
Thank you, My Siren 7.
Oh,
I just wanted to
Best
bully
Mickey
you.
Mouse impression ever.
It's not Mickey Mouse. TM. It's Michael Rodent. For copyright reasons.
Well, they did choose the voice settings, so that's on them.
So, I would just like to address the Lich and say, Sir, Mr. Lich, sir, may I just say...
Please, call me Tim.
Tim, Mr. Tim, I read many scrolls about you, and it's just such an honor to meet you in person.
Oh,
And,
please. It's
And I just turned to Gamlov and I, listen, please don't mess this up for me.
Messed
well-
up? What? This
well,
fucking guy is the
as
runner
a-
of a slave fighting ring. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking now. So, there's one person fighting for 3 people just because, you know, this guy, it's a tragedy. He doesn't even have a house anymore. And we are completely not connected with this tragedy.
Oh,
So,
no, absolutely
fuck
Tim
yourself,
Tim kind of
Frederick.
nods.
You have
like,
blood money on
understandingly.
your hands. That's what it is. This person is dying, and you are just a filthy rat.
Tim looks over to Lewith and kind of questioningly, is this dwarf part of some exchange program, or is interesting views, interesting party you have here? Well, as far as I understand it, I do believe all of the combatants are well compensated, and I believe they all sign an agreement before they fight that ensures that everything is all right, and they are doing it of their own free will, and they understand the risks that may
Well,
happen.
but understanding the risks does not equal being able to afford to deal with those risks, sir.
Of course, but if they're not interested, they can always find another way of acquiring money.
But you do realize that for certain people, these kinds of things are the only kind of job they can take, and there is no big choice in the matter.
Well, the mines are expanding as far as I understand.
Oh, speaking of mines, my GPS 7, remind me how recently my mine collapsed?
Which of the mine collapses are you speaking of?
Well, the one that killed...
There have been
Let me just...
15 mine collapses in the last 2 weeks.
Thank you. And how recent was the one that killed most of my colleagues, if not all of them?
Oh, well, that was just a few days ago.
Thank you. So, which mines are you talking about, sir?
Hey, listen, do I have something for you? And he pulls out a soundstone player. It's a nice, ornately shaped stone.
Is he gonna
Some
give me another
gold trim.
consolation
No. Hey, he says, hey, everybody. Hey, gather around. Look, who wants to see a little something I've been working on? It's a little promo for Iron Buster Season 3. We just got it renewed.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. I heard about this.
And so he he pushes a button, and immediately the room is filled with the sounds of what modern day audiences might recognize as something akin to a radio play.
When we last left our intrepid explorer, Iron Buster, the evil Union of United Evils had her trapped. She was stuck dangling from the tallest cliffs in the region, no razor's edge, but thankfully she was prepared. With a mighty whistle, she leapt off the cliff into a free fall, when suddenly what was once a speck on the horizon blazed through the air, and her trusty iron broom swooped out under her and caught her. That'll show the United Evils who's boss.
And quickly, Tim quickly pushes a button again. Pretty cool, right? We even got Nylon Husk herself to voice. Of course, it's still, very much so a work in progress. And at this, there's some whispers in the circle of people that have gathered round, and they part to reveal Nylon herself entering.
I'm sorry, is she called Nylon as in nylon stocking?
Yeah, I mean, what's in a name?
I love that for her.
And
We're not commenting on Michael Road and so so Nylon Rusk or whatever.
Husk,
It's
Nylon
fine, I
Husk.
think.
Speaking of Nylon, and that would be your entry, Mary.
Yeah. So I'm Nylon. Hey, how you doing? Of course, don't have to introduce myself. Who doesn't know me? And I'm really looking forward to have here this introduction of my new automatic driving broom 2000. Thank you so much.
While this is going on, I want to go back to my Siren 7 and be like, my Siren 7, what is a union?
A union. A union is a group of 2 or more employees who could join together to advance common interests if they feel so inclined, but generally it's at the expense of the workers and not really a great idea.
Interesting.
Who wants that? Who
Uh,
wants that?
my Siren 7.
Wait. Did
is there any
Gamalov
way
hear
to
this?
override those corporate settings for me? Of course you did. Gamalov,
Okay,
do you
so-
have anything to add to this definition?
Burn that fucking watch now. This watch is a tool of the suppressor. Joining the union is the best thing 2 workers can possibly do.
How so? I've never heard of such a thing.
You know, when a worker is alone and he is fighting his boss, for example, like in your mind, you know, don't want to have your
Uh-oh.
mind collapse all the time, you might want to ask your boss about work security. You want to do
Can't
that.
hear
You do.
Daniel.
Daniel, your connection is messed up. I think
Oh, shit.
maybe Jeff Bezos just turned off some Amazon Cloud solutions that we're streaming over. But
At the mention of
I'm
the
gonna
word union.
reconnect.
yeah,
A low rumble interrupts the conversation, and makes it hard to hear.
Oh, okay, that's good. We're just gonna. Oh, speaking of mans, do you think that was another one collapsing? By the way, like Ursula gives no more fucks. I think she's like
Oh, okay.
processing. She's processing her trauma of losing all of her comrades just by going complete. Like she doesn't give a fuck anymore, because she's like, I could have died. I might as well just not give a shit. I could have died.
I'm
in my
really
battle.
sorry.
Miss Ursula, listen, let's just this is a rare opportunity to talk to someone like Nylon Husk. You don't get this every day. So please, let's just focus on what's important here. And I just turn to Nylon and I go, listen, Miss Husk, this is something that is really dear to my heart that I wanted to bring to your attention. My internship is ending in 2 weeks and I'm looking for a new one. Are you currently looking for someone in humanoid resources? And it can be
Yeah,
unpaid,
we're
of
always
course.
looking for. Yeah, of course. I know it's such an honor to work for our company. Why do you want to have any money? But you can write us your application and we will look over it. Thank you so much.
Our Louis, perfect man.
He knows what's good for him.
At this, Tim would pipe up and say, "Oh yes, Nylon Husk is one of Necrocorp's majority shareholders, and to be able to work for her would be just a tremendous, wonderful opportunity. She's got
the
a lot of
tremors still
say in the
ongoing?
goings-ons." No, the tremors, the rumble in the distance, it seemed to be quite a distance away and quieted down.
Do you think they strategically explode minds as soon as somebody mentions the word union? Just like a trigger word.
At this, the trembles kick
Well,
up again
that's-
once more.
I didn't say that in character, I swear.
But it was
blood on
still
my
Killing
hands.
thousands of workers.
Yeah, well, then I can say it's not my fault because I never said the you word. It was always you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a union is.
At this, the
Car-
room starts to
car
shake a
horn.
little bit more, and there are more tremors in the distance, earthquakes, but the people inside, they don't seem particularly worried.
So we need a union.
I
if
think
we
there
wanna
should be
stop.
like an
Well, we
air
have
horn
money,
blast.
of course we will survive.
Miss,
Well, they called minus for a reason, so it's not a majority, it's a minority.
that's so bad, I love it. Well,
And I can tell from experience, the best thing to heal trauma is a lot of money. As soon as you have a lot of money, you don't give a shit of your lost colleagues. It helps a lot.
And at this, Tim would pipe up and say, yes, it's true. You can do a lot of good with a lot of money. Tragedies.
What about stopping
These things happen.
this tragedy? Using this money to stop this tragedy of,
I don't
minors.
feel tragic. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard any of them. Of course, they're now lying on the ground under all the rocks, but they don't seem to complain. I haven't heard anything from them anymore.
Well, ma'am, with all due respect, I don't think corpses can complain. Because
That's my logic too. I think that should be my next campaign. I'm campaigning for the next president. That's my slogan. Corpses cannot complain.
Okay.
And people are agreeing, like, oh, yes, this is true. Corpses can't complain. I never thought about it that way. Very wise. I'm sure what she means by that is, really... And then you hear various different explanations or thoughts for reasonings of why.
you mentioned there was a food table.
Yes.
Can I just go up to the food table?
Yeah. Go for it.
What's on the food table?
You see a large banquet spread, so there's various fruits and vegetables. There's a large roast suckling pig in the middle with an apple in its mouth, naturally. And, there's assorted drinks and an attendant, too.
Is there a pie? Like a cream pie?
Yes, there is. There's a few slices taken out of it, but it seems fresh and delicious. Someone, I'm sure, went to a lot of work to make that pie, and it's got really exquisite frosting, and you can tell that they really poured their heart and soul into designing this pie, must have taken them hours.
I want a cream pie. Nylon husk.
You want a what?
Like, pie to the face? No, not that kind.
Yeah, oh. Okay.
Nylon
Google
Husk
that.
pretends not to hear
Don't
that.
Google that.
Don't Google that.
As you're reaching out, one of the
I didn't
attendants
set an
sees...
age restriction on the stream. Okay, you need to.
Pie to the face. I
the
want a
attendant.
pie.
The attendant who is
She wants to
standing
give a
nearby
facial, that's so cool.
sees your expression and sees your eyes looking at that pie and kind of reaches out and stays your hand and says, Listen, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Things tend to go poorly for us as well, when one of the executives is equipped, and I really need this job.
I'm going to look
I
at
can
that
see what you're
person.
thinking.
Johnny, don't you just sometimes want to go apeshit? Don't you just want to sometimes go apeshit over these injustices that we are facing right now?
At this, Johnny kind of begins to sweat a little bit. He's shifting nervously, looking side to side. Says, "This is a really good job."
All right.
Okay, and I just turn back and smile at
Here,
him.
okay,
Go back.
all right.
Like, stick my finger in every single slice of the cream pie, though.
Oh.
No, those corporate shills are gonna get any enjoyment out of that pie. It's mine now.
He kind of whispers, "That was my grandma's recipe."
No! No! No, I feel really bad. Okay, I take the pie, and I make sure to look at him and eat and take it, and then just carefully start eating it and make oh my god, delicious noises. It just eats
He's
the
beaming.
entire pie.
He's pleased. A thunderous roar interrupts the conversation. The rumbling that was in the distance previously now seems to almost come from under you, very nearby. Not directly under you, because you're familiar with that sound and sensation, but very nearby. And the entire suite shakes with glasses falling, hoops and hollers of surprise fill the air, and the Necrodome, while well constructed, also doesn't appear to be any immediate danger. And you hear mutterings of another tremor. That's a crazier one. And from the back of the suite, there's a window looking out onto the fields, and a portly goblin is shouting, "Look, look!"
I look.
I look there,
Also.
but yeah. And so, looking out the window, you see that the very earth seems to have split open, and there's a newly created fissure in the ground. But unlike the previous tremors, this fissure, this crevasse, this chasm, it seems to be growing. It's widening slightly, but more so, it almost seems like it's moving, like tearing a piece of paper. It is moving throughout the earth as though it was perhaps encouraged by some unseen underground geological formation. For reasons unknown, it does seem to be traveling into the wooded area almost along the street that you came from.
And?
At this point, the human who was with Tim, I'm not sure if you caught her name or whatnot, but she mentioned at some point that her name, well, she introduces herself to the party and says, Paladin here, listen, I'm an investor in a lot of these places, and didn't we just open up a new mine there? Like, I just invested in there. This is gonna wreak havoc on the company's stock. And Paula turns to the party mournfully and says, that mine was among the first fully automated and solely staffed by ghouls. Most of the best dwarf parts went to those mining ghouls. A lot of sturdy arms.
Excuse me, what parts?
She just shakes her head and is sad.
Okay, Gummalf is approaching her and being like, mention that again. What parts?
Well,
Did you say dwarf parts?
I'm sure you know. We source our... Well, at least Necropolis sources their ghouls from a variety of locations and locales, and war can be good for profits. I'm sure you understand. It's
No.
at least putting your people to good use.
So you're saying Gary is
after
a fellow
death,
dwarf?
of course. Well, it's hard to say. I'm not
I wanna
at this
unwrap
Paula would say,
Gary and-
I'm not really familiar with dwarven bone structure to say.
Seems a bit racist.
Just ignorant.
It's ignorant.
Just ignorant, not racist. Just ignorant.
Would be her excuse.
Miss Din, Paula Din.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yes.
a wordplay on paladin? I love it. Miss Paula, how should I say this? Would you agree that if you had had better safety measures in place, this mess would not have happened and your company would not have made a loss this moment?
Well, it's not my company per se.
It's a
listen,
simple
what
yes or
you
no
guys do,
question.
what you do with your companies and how you operate them, that's out of my hands. None of my concern. Perhaps Nylon could,
It was a simple yes or no question. Yes or no?
I forgot the question.
Would you?
My mind is.
Is that what you said in character?
Yes. In question, in character.
That's really funny.
Of course, now we made a loss with the collapsing mine, but when I calculated correctly, it's still cheaper than have the safety measurements in the first place. And I have to say, the miners were ghouls, so they were dead in the first place. So actually, no harm was done.
So you need no safety measures for the undead? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
When they lose an arm, we just attach a new one, and I think the problem is right now they just still don't notice when there's a tremor and that they should stop, just because they're like programmed by necromancers to just keep digging and keep digging. But that can probably be tweaked. I mean, come on. There's so much profit to be had. It's a great operation. And Nylon, I just want to really compliment you on what you achieved there. I feel like we're moving at a great pace. Yes. About that internship.
You hear some murmurs from the people still looking out the window. Like, you hear murmurs like, hey, that crack's not slowing down. It's still going.
I have a question, Joshua, actually.
Yes.
The crack, right? Were there any houses that were destroyed already, or was it just like some kind of pasture or just some field that was like that had the fissure?
Right. So for you, I'm going to roll a let's go perception just to see what you see. So you actually notice it does not see it's splitting fields. It does not seem to be destroying houses per se, but it does seem to be following a similar path from which you came. And looking out the window, you notice that it does actually appear to be heading in the direction of the Bureau of Citizens' Rights and Townsfolk.
Oh shit.
The crack it's moving slowly but surely, slowly but steadily, like a very dangerous sloth. You could probably outrun it if you tried to warn the people of the coming danger.
Like some houses have already been swallowed by the crack, yes?
Right now it's mostly property damage, but you are aware that if it continues, then yes, it will result in much more severe.
It's safe to assume that there have been, if not casualties, then injuries at this point.
With this crack, it looks like there will be.
Okay. Well, Miss Husk. And I kind of like clear my throat and just kind of like try to gather my thoughts. You say that the man did not lose any lives because the ghouls are already dead, yes? Did I understand that correctly?
Yes. Exactly.
Have you considered that this crack that we are seeing right now is, if not injuring, then killing people on the surface who are neither working in the mines nor have consented to be put in this literal land of danger from these fissures and accidents within those mines?
Well, right now, no life was lost, and I have to say, cracks happen all the time. If you remember at the beginning, when our planet was formed, we just had one continent, and now we have several continents. So at the moment, there is no proof that my mine is the only reason causing this crack. Maybe it was just discovering something that already has to be happened from nature. So let's check what my personally hired investigators will say. And maybe there's just a new continental drifting happening right now.
And at this, one of the other executives shouts out, "Yeah, my cousin was a geologist, and he says that earthquakes happen all the time."
My Siren 7.
Hi,
Hi.
at your service.
What is continental drift? I can just see Joshua's Googling continental drift, so he can read it all.
I just heard him Googling this.
Continental drift is the hypothesis of
You gotta, out of character. You gotta make it sound at least somewhat sensible.
continental drift is the hypothesis that the Earth's continents have moved over geological time relative to each other, thus appearing to have drifted over across the ocean bed and forming the various different subcontinents that you are all no doubt familiar with.
Thank you, my Siren 7. It's one of those things that I haven't come across yet when looking through my son's school stuff, so fair enough.
Right now, I would say if the crack is getting any bigger, we even improve the life of the surrounding people because they have a direct access to the beach.
What? But they have no homes anymore.
why you want to be at home when there's a
Oh my
beach in
God.
front of you?
That's hilarious.
You know,
There's
people don't usually live
some
by
shouts
the
and
beach.
shrieks you hear. You do hear some shouts and shrieks outside, but other than that, inside the suite, things appear to be going on as usual. People are going
So-
back to the food table.
Oh, so they don't care? Like the people around.
They figure it happens, and I'm sure it'll be resolved. I'm sure it'll be fine. Someone nearby says, "Oh man, I wish I could do something about that, but what can you do? What can you do?"
I literally just said what you could do. What? Am I insane? Are you people on some kind of different plane of existence than me? I genuinely do not understand.
At this, Tim would say, "Well, if you really do have concerns about the current proceedings, I would recommend perhaps taking them up with the various shareholders at Necrocorp if you want to institute real change."
Like, I want to, like, you know, possibly, like, get this crowd to be very rousy. Because right now, I feel like they're just, like, following whatever they have to say about their very precarious situation.
All right, and what were you gonna try and do? Persuade them?
I want to persuade them, or I'm not sure which the best skill is for that. Like, I just, like, yeah, probably persuasion, or, right? I think so. Yeah. I think
Persuasion's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So you plead your case.
So listen, people. Your homes are about to be, let's say, in the crack, and not just like in the crack. Your home's about to collapse. So, and living just by the beach without a roof over your head.
I don't live
is
here.
Just kind of a shitty situation. Well,
I'm just
sir,
visiting.
your house is about to crack soon too. Listen to me. And if I'm gonna tear it down just by myself, these people are doing no good to you. These people are destroying not just your houses, but also nature. Okay.
So your speech was actually surprisingly persuasive. I mean, you rolled a 19.
Oh,
which is not
fuck
too
yeah.
shabby.
Oh, wow.
Plus 4, so 23. So the people are like, "Whoa, I mean, I don't live here." And then some of the other folks are like, "Yeah, I mean, we have a lovely gated community quite a bit up north. Like, we're not quite in danger, but I think I can understand what the fighter is talking about, you know? And he did put on a pretty good show down there in the Coliseum. Like, I guess we could listen to him, but it's not like we can do anything to help. Yeah. I should add as well, in the distance you hear an explosion that goes roughly the area. If you were to look out the window, you would see the area where the Bureau of Citizens' Rights and Townsfolk. That appears to you see smoke rising from that region.
No, my rights. Well, now that the Bureau of what was it called?
Citizens' Rights and Townsfolk.
Citizens'
where
Rights and Townsfolk has evidently exploded. I have nothing left to lose.
I would mention also at this point, there's another rumble in the distance, and you can kind of track the progress of where the crack is by the birds flying from the forest and whatnot. And you notice that it kind of takes a turn and goes northwest, and it's still traveling rather slowly. You could definitely outrun it, but you do recognize the direction it is going in as the direction of the school where your son is currently.
Oh shit. Okay.
In.
Rescind that statement. I have one thing left to lose. If you'll excuse me. And I I fucking bolt out of there. I bolt out of there and I run for the school. I'm out. Goodbye.
Ursula, where are you going? I thought we could, rub some elbows.
No, I don't hear you. I'm out. I'm gone.
Please, that's
I'm
a
running
real
for
kick
the
in the
school.
Dragon Balls. Gamelelf, are you around? Come on. Let's head out. We gotta help Ursula. She seems to be concerned about something.
Gamalov is just following. Yeah. Let's go.
You're following me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Do you even know where I'm going? Love it. I have good friends.
But my thinking is, if we're both taking guardianship over this crazy dwarf person, then I don't want to be left alone with him.
Fair enough.
And then I just turn back real quick, and I just go back to Nylon and Miss Husk, could you just sign my arm real quick? And then I just pull out a pen and
God, such a
and like hold my arm.
Maybe we talk later about you getting over the marketing over the self-automatic flying groups. Thank you. Here's your autograph.
Is it a Mont Blanc? Can we sell it? Like the pen?
The pen?
Yeah, the pen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I want it to be like a fancy
pen
it's just
one.
with some gold and diamonds. Just the regular Monday morning pen.
Should be emeralds.
I even have
from South Africa.
Oh
That's a niche one for you guys.
So,
Daniel knows what's up.
from Rhodesia.
Oh, fuck yeah.
and I assume that you are running in the direction of the school of Arthur's place.
Me? Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
No, I'm running away.
Yeah, right. Hey, I don't want to make any assumptions.
No,
here.
I'm running towards Arthur and his school. Yeah.
All right. Well, you're roughly familiar with the area, and you know that it's going to take about 20 minutes or so to get there if you're running. Of course, give or take, but yeah, that's about what you figure. And there's no pressure or no hurry or anything. Just
Paulina,
Just
but,
throwing that up there.
You can't assume that you're rushing towards there like right away. What if someone throws birdseed and you get distracted?
I'm not an idiot. I'm an owlbird. Owlbear. I said owlbird. Why did I say that? Oh yeah, no
bird
pressure.
brain is
Fuck.
Bird brain is a condition.
Well, it's not mine.
Okay, there's this timer, and
Okay, I
it's
don't-
making me nervous.
Me too.
Oh yeah, don't worry. You don't have to be nervous.
It feels very. I feel very under pressure.
Oh, I was like, why did the timer just pop up?
Okay, I feel like this is a
Wait,
podcast. We
is
should
it a
act.
count?
So
Oh, it's a countdown! It's a countdown! It's a countdown,
Yes!
guys! 19 minutes, 17 seconds.
it's
Okay,
time
but-
until
So
the
you're,
boy dies, I feel like.
No, shush! Everybody, shut up, Joshua. I want to get to that fucking school.
So you're rushing down. You find your way outside of the Necrodome, and you're fairly familiar. You figure that the fastest route will be the main roads because the forests are pretty dense. And so, as the party has caught up with you, you're racing down the streets when all of a sudden there's another rumble and a cavernous ravine opens up in front of you,
Okay.
likely triggered by the other tremors, and it stands between you and your intended path. How do you overcome this obstacle?
How big is it?
It is very deep. It's about a meter wide.
Meter wide. Oh, I can jump that easy.
Yeah. Do you wish to attempt to jump it?
Yes, 100%.
Uh,
I have a
For
+1
American
in
audiences?
acrobatics, I think.
you do roll a 2, which is a 3, but but it's fine. It's only a meter. I mean, you're able to still soar through the air, and jump at least 3 feet as an owlbear. You have a lot of strength in your legs, and you clear it easily.
Can
Did
I
you
just
stub my
say,
toe or
this is
something?
like the one situation where I bet you wish you had a bear's head on an owl's body.
I mean, to be fair, like I am literally like 2 meters high, so I wouldn't even have to jump over it. I can just step over it. Like
It is very deep, though.
Yeah, but like as a human person, I can step over a 1 meter crevasse, no problem. It's a meter. Do I even need to?
And how does the rest of the party wish to overcome this obstacle?
I just arrive and catch up with her. I now, as Lewis, I just consider, can I spin Gamelelf over the crevasse? Because he's still intoxicated.
No.
Miss Ursula, I don't think I can help Gamelelf over the curb. You threw him before in the Colosseum. Please, I understand you have some urgent matter to attend to, but I would like to help, and I think he also would like to help once he's back, once he's sobered up. Can you please help me just throw him to the other side, and I'll drag him from there?
Oh, fucking fine. Okay. I guess I gently jump back over again and take him on my fucking back. Would that be more of a strength check then, or more of an acrobatics check? I'll
let you choose.
I want to do strength. I have like a +7 on strength.
Let's see. All right, 18 plus 5.
Yeah.
So you soar. I mean, you got to leap like 6 feet or like 3 meters or so. Like you easily clear it and keep with the momentum, and you can keep running.
I'm fucking off.
Leaving Lewith in your dust.
Oh yeah, I don't care about him. He's a bootlegger.
I should also mention that the crevasse, though it is very deep, it's not very wide in either sense, so it's probably only like 6 meters long.
Oh,
it's more like a really thin hole.
Walked around it. That's really stupid. Well, I made it anyway. Well, I keep running.
Now that we just have a moment, Miss Ursula, where are we running and why?
My son is in that school, and when that crevice,
What school?
the one that the crevice is growing towards you. Oof.
You remember that the name of the school is Fault Line Academy.
That's really funny. That's fucking hilarious. How dare you? Fucking Nomen is Omen. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. I just keep running.
You manage to run down the path, and you're running, conversing, making good time, I might add.
I'm not conversing
and
with
then
anyone. What the fuck are you talking
Okay, well,
about?
briefly conversing, and then finish.
Oh, I thought just like, oh yes, pleasant weather today. Cloudy, a bit loud.
When suddenly you come across a caravan of people, presumably disturbed by one of the many quakes. They seem to, it's almost like an entire town, a small town, perhaps a village even, of people who have packed up all of their things, and they are going in the opposite direction of you, but the road is packed. The forest and underbrush is particularly dense on either side, so your only way to your destination is through them.
I just kind of get to a dead stop, and I'm like, you guys need to skedaddle right now. There is a giant crevice coming our way, and if you get swallowed, that is certain death. You guys need to evacuate immediately.
Crevice, people are talking. Crevice, whoa, that's crazy. What? Oh my goodness, where, why, what?
Have you not been hearing this noise?
That's what that was. This retired old hobgoblin kind of hobbles up to you. Please, he does hobble. Well, he introduces himself as Hobbs and says, Please, I need your help. Please, this way, please. And he kind of gestures into the forest a little bit, basically to your left. Please.
What seems to be the problem?
Ursula, do we have time for this?
Please.
Sir, my child.
It'll just take a moment.
My child is in that school that is going to be swallowed any second now. I need to go. Whoa. Can this
But my
wait?
baby!
You,
My baby!
fuck.
Please!
Methuselah, what if perhaps we can... shall we split up?
Yes, please, for the love of all the gods in the pantheon, yes. And
Okay.
I kind of run on.
Okay.
What seems to be the problem, sir?
My baby! Mr. Pretty Paws, he's stuck up in this oak tree.
It's a fucking cat.
Wait, sir, I just want to tell you that I'm from humanoid resources at Necrocorp, so I care a lot about diversity. I'm going to be respectful and inform you I'm not familiar with goblin baby names. Are we talking about a goblin child? Because it does sound a little bit, I don't mean to offend you, it does sound a little bit like you're talking about a pet.
Oh, he's my
Not
little
implying
goblin.
that goblins should be kept as pets, anyway.
Oh, he's my little goblin. He's an orange tabby cat, and he's been up there for at least 30 minutes, and he just won't come down.
Oh, okay, sir. I'm gonna help you, but it has to be quick. And I want to use fire breath on the tree, and on the bottom of the tree. It's a kind of impulse decision, you know. I'm a little under pressure right now, so let's do this.
Okay, so there's this. So you use fire breath on the butt of this ancient tree. It's probably one of the oldest trees in the entire region. Who knows how many tragedies and travesties and natural disasters this tree has survived, but it does seem to have been a particularly dry season, and so it instantly just erupts into flames.
Holy shit.
You hear meowing at the top, and Mr. Pretty Paws, Mr. Pretty Paws, gracefully jumps down and lands on his feet and licks himself.
You're welcome. Bye now. and I just instantly rush for Ursula and Gamelov.
Hey, it's Pavel, your host. If you want to support this podcast, plenty of ways to do it. The easiest one, our Patreon. Throw some cash our way, and you're gonna get some bonus content for it. What is it gonna be? Could be live performances, could be bits of stand-up, could be bonus material we cut out. We have plenty of ideas. So, also, it just helps us keep things running. And if you're short on cash, no worries. We appreciate you for listening, and the idea here is that we kind of share in the fun with like-minded people. And if you know some like-minded people who don't listen yet, we'd really appreciate if you could share the podcast with them. And we really mean that. We want to hang out. We're on Twitch. This is actually where we stream all of these sessions when we record them. And every now and then you can hear us refer to some folks in the chat, because you can just chat with us during the stream and riff with us and have fun. So hope to see you there. And that's all. Enjoy the episode.
All right, that I let the clock run a little bit, so yeah. Now you gained a little bit of time back. You're fine. You managed to reconnect with Ursula. There's a lot of people. They are pushed really tightly together, so you have to push through them or whatnot.
I don't think it's really hard for me to push through. I'm fucking ginormous.
Yeah, you're a big figure. But you do come across two figures as you are making your way through this massive throng, carrying what seems to be a huge ancient pane of stained glass. There's
come
one figure
on.
on each side, and they're going at this sideways.
Why would you do this to me? This is fucking slapstick. How big is it? Is it as wide as the whole road?
Yeah, it happens to be as wide as the whole road, and they're
Okay.
going at this horizontally.
What's on the stained glass?
It appears to be ancient pictures of there's a sun, and there's various religious symbols, It seems to be the stained glass of likely a
I think
cathedral.
it sounds like it would be a hate crime to just jump through the glass.
How
They're
high
they're
is
they're
it?
holding it with a lot of reverence.
How high is it?
It is, let's see, roughly 2 meters high.
2 meters high, huh?
So you can throw me over.
I am at a running. I have a running start because I am running through. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and jump over it.
So you make that. You're fine. You jump and you soar. You spread your owlbear. Would you say your arms are more arms or wings?
They're more arms.
You take inspiration from your ancestors, at least the owl half, and you spread your arms as you leap, and
Fucking
you just
silly.
soar through the air. You clear it. The workers, they're so shocked. They look up and their hands open, then they drop the glass.
No.
the last thing they were expecting.
No.
Instant hate crime.
Was it owlbear?
At least it wasn't my fault, sort of.
Now, thankfully,
Sort of.
it appears to actually be made of pretty sturdy stuff, so it just hits the
thank
ground with a thud and falls, and it doesn't even appear to be scratched, so it's
I
all
just
right.
go, I'm sorry, and keep running.
And you keep running. It was a majestic sight, though. People will be talking about that for surely the months to come. And as you're running, you come across 2 more figures
fuck
carrying
off.
another large pane of glass. But thankfully, in this instance, they were carrying it vertically,
Oh,
which
God.
seems much more sensible.
Okay, so I run around them, huh?
Yeah, you can choose to do that.
I do. I choose to do that.
And you see the end, a light at the end of the proverbial tunnel. The massive throng of people, it starts to thin out. The caravan's end is in sight. And as you break through of the last people, the sun seems to be shining upon you. And the day seems to be in your favor. You can see the outline of Fault Line Academy on the horizon. But one last obstacle is blocking your path.
Oh God! What
There's
is
a wagon in the midst of the road with a handful of youth bound to it in rope and chain. And they're shouting to each other, "Hey, ho! Ghoul labor has got to go! Hey, ho! Ghoul labor has got to go!" And various other, chants and
So
what
they're
have you.
protesting?
Yeah, they seem to be protesting something, and they have bound themselves to this wagon, couple wagons, in fact, that are blocking the road.
Oh, so it's
You're
like a
really-
roadblock kind of thing.
Yeah. You have no idea
Oh, fuck.
how the caravan made their way past them, but
Listen, the gods work
Perhaps
in
they were at the
mysterious
end.
ways. Okay. How tall are the wagons?
they're pretty big, and there's people on top, and
And there's
there's
no gaps in
one
between them?
no gaps in between them.
I have 4 minutes left. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna try and climb over. I'm gonna just be like, so sorry. I completely support these sentiments, but my son is in danger. I must come through. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. And I kind of try and crawl over.
As you're trying to crawl over, a bunch of hands grasp you. They're bound, but still the sheer weight of all the protesters prevent you from climbing over the top. And they say, listen, we're really sorry about this, man. We can't let you pass like this. It's a demonstration, and if we make an exception for you,
My
we gotta make it a
son,
Ghoul made
mortal
fissures, not
danger.
a lie.
This is nonsense. Gamalov, please, for the love of God, make yourself useful.
Keep the gem slugs in the soil, or else nature will recoil.
That's
Okay,
actually really
Gamalov
good.
is
That's
trying.
really good.
Wow.
Gamalov is trying another persuasion throw.
Ooh, okay, all right. We'll pause this one. Let's see.
So,
Make your case.
okay. Workers of Necropolis. Fellow workers. This woman, she is in a dire situation. Her son is about to die. Though your protest may be rightful and truthful, and we are very much for your cause. This woman needs to pass. So please, let us through.
And I just want to add on to that, like, I have lost too much in these past days, and like my voice starts cracking. I cannot lose my son. He's the only thing I have left. I cannot do this. Please let us.
She has lost her job and all her friends, and now she's about to lose her child. Do you want to have that happen?
Gamelelf rolled a 2, so perhaps on another day. On another day, this would have been his bread and butter. He would have gotten through, but in response, one of the protesters looks you straight in the eye, Gamelelf, and goes, "Hey, ho! Ghoul labor has got to go!" And, they just proceed in another cheer. But Ursula, despite the -2 to persuasion, she rolled an 18. And her pleas do not go on deaf ears. And, tears just start welling up in their eyes. And they say, "We hear you, ma'am. We hear you. Together, men and women and folk." And they actually help lift you over. They are moved by your eyes. For the children!
Thank you.
Joshua,
Yes.
does Louis also catch up now at some point?
Yeah. You were with them at this point, Louis. For the children.
I go,
Okay.
as they carry me over, I'm like, thank you, hippies. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Below our profit, it's time for a change. Our future's at stake. It's not just strange.
I don't know about that, but you're very nice.
I just kind of say,
The children.
thank you, and I just keep I go into a deadbolt run. Like, at this point, I'm just panicking. I need to get there.
All right, now thankfully you are there. You make it really just in time. I mean, you see the gates of the horizon. You can hear the rumble of the crack in the distance, but you figure you've got enough time. You made it.
Yay!
With 90 seconds to spare, you made it. You figure when you're doing your calculations in mind, it was to have enough time to be able to speak with the people. So you still have some time now that you're here.
Okay.
The pressure is off.
I want to barge into the school and just is there kind of an alarm system or some kind of guard
so there's,
that I can alert?
So as you arrive on the school grounds, you hear, judging by the soft echoes of applause drifting through the air, you feel as though most of the school is currently gathered in the assembly, if not all, and there appears to be some sort of presentation or meeting happening. And
okay, I'm going to go there then. I'm going to go there and I'm going to open the doors and I'm going to say, if I may...
One moment.
Yes.
Some of the guards, they
they shush me?
And yeah, they shush you. They shush you, and when you look out, you see none other than Nylon is actually on stage.
Oh my god!
Giving a speech.
I give the guards.
This is Nylon's speech.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my speech.
To the children.
Yeah. Well, those little fellows here, I think they're children. None of me. I have about 100, but I think none of them is mine, hopefully. Yeah, thank you that you are here today in a school, I think you call it. It's like a prison for children, right? So if you are already here, and the school, I think, is about to close because it's too dangerous because of the crack that happened, because of reason we are not sure of right now. I certainly don't have anything to do about that. And you are questioning yourself, probably, what am I going to do with my future life now that the school has to close? And I'm here to tell you, I can offer you work from tomorrow on in my mines. Yes, I know that makes you really happy, but I can tell you I'm the savior of the people, and I can save the day, I can save your future. from tomorrow on, you can all now work in my companies in the mines as a miner. As you see, that's the sign that you are made for this job.
People, are clapping. They're like, "Wow, yeah, that sounds great. Wow,
Okay.
wow."
I'm gonna go into a rage.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go into a
Very
rage.
good. I'm out.
And I'm going to just bellow at this point. I'm gonna like swipe away the guard. Like I'm not gonna like try to like hurt him or anything, but just like swat him away so he just lets me speak.
He's so like encaptured by Nylon's speech
Okay.
that he, isn't even paying attention to you. So you
Okay.
just brush him aside with ease.
And I just go, everybody out now! There is a crack forming. It is going to kill us all if we do not get out right the fuck now. And I just start like shoving people out of the door. It's just kind of like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just like shoving them out.
All right. I would say this is kind of a intimidation of sorts, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or even
Normally-
persuasion, but yeah.
Despite being an owlbear, you're oddly, friendly and cordial. You kind of have that nice mother energy. But with the rage coursing through your veins, you roll 19.
Damn.
So, yeah, people are actually, they're so intimidated that they're kind of like frozen in their seats, but they're very receptive to what you have to say. What'd she just say? There was a crack? What? We're all gonna die? What? And you started to stir like a panic, but you may continue.
And I just tell out, everybody, right now. We have to evacuate right now. And I just kind of like start like pushing them through like this, like shoving them one by one or two by two, whatever, however big the doors are.
Can I help? So Louis would go, folks, listen up. Miss Ursula, she means business. Just on our way here, she desecrated several holy glass
I didn't. It didn't
paintings
break.
just to get to you. I thought like, wow, you mean business.
No, it didn't break though.
She has respect for no gods or men. You better listen up.
Yeah, and at this, there's, now you've really just thrown the school children into a panic, and, one child somewhere starts screaming, and you know what happens when one child screams.
Oh shit! Okay.
They all start screaming, and so they're trying to funnel out, but, through the one door that is open, there's just too many of them. They can't quite cram out in a timely manner.
I'm gonna start like my mom mode kicks in, and I go like, "All right, children, silence." No, children, 2 by 2s. Remember your training. Remember those training days when there's a fire alarm. What do? 2 by 2s, and then just kind of
Stop,
like,
drop, and roll.
No.
Oh.
That's when you're on fire. That's when nobody's on fire right now. We need to.
We're on fire. There's a fire inside.
There is
There's a fire inside.
And I just go, Arthur.
Mom.
Yeah, and then is he? Where is he? Where's my child?
He's in the crowd. You hear a diminutive voice cry out. How old is Arthur?
He's like
by the way, he's like
16,
right? Yeah.
He's not a baby. He's my baby.
He's not a baby. He's not a baby. But it's
Just a gentle boy.
Okay.
Maybe that's
just.
So I go,
all
Arthur.
bears, they age very slowly, so he's like...
Arthur, help me out here.
Mom.
Yes, it's me. Arthur,
What's
where are
going
you?
on?
Arthur, we need to evacuate these children right now. We need to get everybody out of the school, and we need everybody safe as soon as possible.
All right, Mom. How can I help?
Just please help me wrangle the small ones, please. I think they're a bit scared of me.
Yeah, you were pretty scary out there, Mom.
Well, I'm afraid. I'm afraid for all of you. I ran here to rescue you kids.
There's still screaming going on in the background.
There's no time. Please, Arthur, help me with this. And I kind of like cool down from my rage, I guess. And then I'm just like, I start like,
I guess we could open up some of the other doors.
Oh, there's more doors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
It is a school after all.
Oh, that's fair.
All
Okay,
right,
we just open all possible doors. Yeah, 100%. I thought it was just one big double door or something. Okay.
Yeah, you succeed. You open the doors, and the schoolyard floods into the area surrounding the assembly hall, and kind of spread out. And everyone's like, "What's going on? What's happening?" Nylon's here to save us. Nylon will help. Surely she'll help.
Today is kind of your day off. I mean, I will hire you from tomorrow on, so I'm quite flexible what your plans is for today, as long as you are here from tomorrow on at 9 o'clock to clock in. And don't forget, if you are down there mining, you cannot fall into the crack anymore.
And this.
Oh my god.
And if you do fall and you're dead, remember, you can't complain anymore, so...
We can bring you back as a ghoul.
Yeah.
And then you can still mine or mine again, you know? Miss Husk, you mentioned you have this, you have those, iron brooms, you know, like, the for flying, right?
Sure.
Can we have some of those?
That's a good moment maybe to check if the autopilot is actually working. You're absolutely right. So I give this brooms now to the children to check if the autopilot is working right.
Oh no!
You hear that, and Arthur, tugs your clothing sleeve. Says, "Mom, did you see? Nylon herself is here. Oh, it's so cool. I loved her in Iron Buster." Arthur's a huge Iron Buster fan, naturally, as many kids his age are. Oh man, I can't wait to work in the mines too. Isn't that so cool? Can I go?
Shit.
Can I get one of those brooms?
Arthur?
Okay, Gamalov is going crazy now.
And I assume the party is kind of together at this point, right?
Okay. Ursula, I'm gonna handle this kind of situation. Okay,
Yeah.
and Gamalov picks out his axe and is gonna attack Nylon because he has decided that ending Nylon's life is gonna be very good for the rest of the necropolis.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna go over to Arthur.
Don't
and be
die,
like,
you infectious rat of capitalist scum!
I cover Arthur's eyes.
Oh!
I am sure Nylon Husk has all the securities she can afford, right?
Yeah, there are certainly quite a few guards and whatnot, people around. But with the party being in the immediate vicinity, they have the first chance at reacting how they want before he attempts to strike down Nylon right in front of you.
Okay, I want to follow Gamalov. I wanna get at her. I'm like, you foul, insignificant, disgusting, and I just keep spewing stuff at her while I'm just like,
Mom, you can't talk about Nylon like that.
Arthur, you
She's an inspiration to us all.
Arthur, I have lost over 100 co-workers because of this woman.
You're embarrassing me.
Arthur. We will speak later. Mama has to deal with some
Ghostly
things.
billionaire now.
And I just go. He's 15, come on.
Yeah, he's very emotional. It's been an emotional day. You're embarrassing him in front of his hero.
Well, his hero's gonna die, so we can talk later. Yeah, I follow Gamalov.
I would like to cast Expeditious Retreat to make myself super fast.
All right. Let's see. Yep. All right. Well, I mean, it goes off. Yeah.
I grab one of those autopilot brooms from Nylon and put Gamel'alf on it, and I just kind of like shove him as it's floating midair. I just like shove him in the opposite direction of Nylon.
You can try to make a contested strength check against Gamel'alf, so you can try to shove him on the broom. You're fast enough
strength. Why is it a strength check and not dexterity?
Because I'm very heavy, my friend.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't have to lift you. It's the broom that does the work.
Well, you have to put him on the broom.
No, I just have to put the broom between his legs, and there we go.
All right, if that's the way you would like to go, then you can try to.
Yeah.
Yep. So in the scuffle, as Gamel'alf is attempting to draw his axe to cut down Nylon Husk, as she is attempting to make her way away, your motions are a blur as you reach out and you kind of, I imagine you shove a kid off a broom and grab it from under him and attempt to jam it between Gamel'alf's legs. But alas, Gamel'alf actually rolled spectacularly, 19. So well done on that. And you managed to at least block him. I'm not sure how. How would you have? Would you say you blocked him?
Very strong butt cheeks. And
Oh, okay.
Now I have to
the kind of
imagine a
Harry
dwarf
Potter
with
fanfic
a
I'm
broom
here for.
between his butt cheeks. Thank you for that.
Just clench
you're
him.
most welcome. So, Gamel'alf is just jamming the broom.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Jam.
So it's your turn. You can react or take an action, an attack if you wish. Gamel'alf.
Okay. So am I reaching distance for Nylon?
I mean, she's kind of not quite. You could try to throw something at her, but there are a lot of children
Again?
around. I should add.
Okay.
Don't throw the children.
Gary,
Don't
it's
you
your
fucking
turn.
All right.
I unwrap Gary and like arouse him again, like I did the last time. Like punch him a couple of times in the face so he gets really mad, and then throw it at
Well, I didn't think it would work, but that's a 23. So.
Yeet.
You just
I love it.
you hurl him, you pitch him like a fastball player.
Again, quarterback of the Knee-High Kingdom College.
And now what? I got hit by a rotting skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's also flinching.
I assume it's not killing me in an instant, right? It's just disgusting and weird and a little bit hurtful for my ego.
Yeah, it does 4 damage. You have 31 health, so it hurts, but it's not that bad. It nails you right in the back of the shoulder, like causes you to spin a little bit. Some of the kids nearby see this rotting skull that's still gnashing its teeth. And they erupt into screams again.
Good job,
Okay.
Gary.
Can I talk to Ursula?
The tremors seem to
real
have
quick about
subsided.
What's happening?
I mean, you can also attempt to restrain
attention-
Gamel'alf, or
Sure.
I don't think he can sprint with
Sup,
the
bro?
broom
Yeah,
still
yeah,
between
yeah.
his butt cheeks, so I feel like... No, I mean, he was a quarterback in the Knee-High Kingdom, but... he didn't go bareback in the Knee-High Kingdom.
You're right about that.
Look,
That's
Ursula, you gotta understand, we can't all behave like crazed dwarfs here. There's a system in place for a reason. Nylon Husk might actually help us. Nylon Husk owns a portion of Necrocorp. If we sway her, she can actually stop using ghoul labor, and it could go back to more sustainable ways of how it used to be. We should play this by the book and work with her, not throw heads of rotten ghouls against her. We might still be able to save this. And I communicate it in a way where she sees my point.
Ursula?
I don't agree with this, so
Yeah, all right, that's what I'm asking. You're trying to convince Ursula?
but I'm gonna resist if that's possible.
Okay, all right. Let's see. How does it turn?
Oh god. Oh god. I see bad things happening no matter what.
Oh, dang. Okay, well, Lewis rolls a natural 20, so
Fuck.
Oh fuck.
he,
Shit.
he disarms you with words. You're like, you really want to be angry. You want to be pissed. You're like, but something about the soothing tenor of his voice and that soft lisp perhaps reminds you of a neighbor you once had. But
Okay, sure.
it just causes you to reconsider
Okay. Let me think how I'm gonna deal with this.
and reminds you of lilacs.
Okay.
Also, in the distance, you notice one of the kids is poking the head of Gary with a stick.
I love it.
No, Gary!
Children must explore.
Leave him alone!
A little bit of germs is healthy for the immune system. Okay, Lewis. I understand that violence isn't going to solve most of our problems. I do see your point. I do not agree that someone who has not made these changes would consider making more sustainable changes now. That being said, I realize that I have a responsibility towards my son to be there and to be able to provide for him as long as I need to, as long as he does not have a secure footing in life. And I need to teach him the values that I hold dear and I hold above my life. So I will stand down.
Just give me this one chance. I might soon even have an internship with Nylon, and I might be able to sway her even more towards our convictions. And if not, then who knows? Maybe tomorrow we will be the entrepreneurs who own large shares of Necrocorp, and then we get a say. It just takes a little bit of time. Oh, by the way, the self-driving broom. It's a magical broom, isn't it? Is it still set on autopilot to go someplace? Or is it like adding in put in the instructions?
It is slowly driving itself deeper.
Can I try to persuade Lewis in return?
Yeah.
I know I have a disadvantage. No.
You can also just use your words.
I mean, I'm gonna use my words, but like, okay, we'll see. I'll use my words, and then we'll see if we need to persuade him. Lewis, these past few days have taught me that the system that is currently in place is fundamentally broken, and I cannot, in good conscience, trust in this kind of system to help in any way and to ameliorate my situation and the situation of my child, who is the future. I simply cannot trust that any kind of change can grow out of this. I think that we need a complete rewiring of these people's brains. They do not see us as people, Lewis. They see us as expendable. Do you not understand? Do you not see this? And Daniel, if you want to like help me out with this, please do, because like you obviously know more about this than me.
So with what you are telling and what you're buying into is that you can indeed repair this completely corrupt and fundamentally broken system. Though, and I completely agree with my dear friend Ursula, who has become, who I became quite fond of in those last few days. The system needs a completely rewiring, and we should start with it today. And this means kill Nylon Husk now.
At least brutally maim at this point. I mean, killing maybe not, but injure.
At this point, one of the guards kind of pipes up and says, "Hey, what's a dwarf doing here? Hey!" And the guards now, at the mention of killing and husks, they start to kind of draw, or not draw their swords, but they've got their, hands on their swords, and people are a little nervous. In the commotion, somehow you manage to slip, at least unnoticed. Nobody knows what's going on. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's confused.
Okay,
and a dwarf? Not every day you see a dwarf.
I'm gonna throw my hand axe. Okay, I'm frustrated.
Oh my god, are you insane?
Joshua, I'm still faster than the others for a couple rounds. I'd like to use that.
I should add there are multiple guards
wave, right?
and the principal.
What if you hit a
But
child?
you can always try.
You know what keeps the traumatized children off of the traumas? Hard work. Hard work in the mine.
Labor.
With all due respect, Miss Husk, hard work in the mines traumatized me. So, we're talking in circles here.
The principal pipes up and say, "Yeah, I think a little bit of hard work, would take their mind off these troubles, especially now that the school is in ruins.
About that, Mr. Principal.
Kids these days, they're too soft."
Just let children build up to school again.
Miss Husk, I'm gonna try a different approach to this. Miss Husk, reputation is very important to you, isn't it? In my humble opinion, and I'm sure you will agree, it would be an immense boost to your reputation as a member of the public and as the helper of those in need if you offered to rebuild this school that so tragically and so unfortunately, through no fault of anyone really, had to collapse. Would you not agree that maybe building up a school, perhaps even with your name, the Nylon Husk School, for example, would be beneficial to both the community and to your reputation and just public persona and image in general?
Yes, I see your point, and I want to say everybody now calms down. I have a solution. I think right now my specialist has found the solution to the earthquakes happening right now and all the cracks that happening. It is because we are too many people just stumbling around on this planet. So what we need are big carpets that make the ground softer so it doesn't vibrate so much and the earth doesn't shatter. And now I want to rebuild this school as the first headquarter of the nylon carpet factory. And you can choose actually now, do you want to work in the mine or in the new carpet fabric? And the slogan will be just sweep everything under the rug. What do you think?
Fuck. Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
That didn't go as I planned.
The science works.
Fuck. That's not what I
Dumbledore
wanted.
is so mad right now. He's so mad. He's like, shut up with this fucking social democratic idea of them just like paying a bunch of tiny coins just to pay them off. This is bullshit. We need to kill her now, no matter what. And I release the Thunderwave now. I don't care. I just don't care anymore. I don't want to hear this capitalist bullshit. I just want to kill now. Like, this is our revolution now, and it starts here. People have to die anyway.
They're children, Daniel.
Well, I mean, I think that might be a good place to start next episode.
No!
Am I getting my internship?
Oh no.
Yeah, you still get your internship, I guess.
Yeah, you will be the new boss of the new carpet factory. Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck.
That's a lot of exposure.
Yeah,
I didn't exposure, but this is a lot of exposure. I have to say, thanks a lot, Miss Husk.
With shut up.
Welcome.
Oh my god.
Some final cliffhanger questions, perhaps.
Oh my god.
Well, I do think it speaks for itself. What's going to happen to the children? How many kids will Gamelelf kill today? Will Nylon make it out alive? And will Lewith get that internship? Tune in next time to find out.
That was the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. We had a great time with Myriam. If you want to learn about all the upcoming episodes, you can follow us on Instagram under Eerie Exploits. The wonderful Myriam Sonanini is Myriam Sonanini Comedy on Instagram. And you can find our DM, Joshua Sussman, is Joshua R. Sussman on Instagram. Daniel goes by Daniel Gagarin. And Paulina is that Patare. Pathare. My name is Pavel, and I'm Pavel Comedy on Instagram. If you follow, we'd love to chat with you guys. We're doing this for you. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.